An adventure awaits if we are willing to take a step into the unknown. I want you to imagine a river. As we walk up to this river, we see a partial bridge. It extends up over part of the river, so we climb up to it, and we see a giant gap between the edge of this bridge and the portion of the bridge that resides on the other side of the river. And they're coming together, but there is a giant gap. And the gap is so large, it's not something that we can jump. It's too far, and so we're stuck. We're at this point where we've made this progress and we want to get to the other side, but we really need to figure out a way to cross this chasm, to cross this giant gap between this side of the bridge and that side of the bridge. Part of that bridge is missing. And so we have to figure out how to fill that gap. So imagine that we also have this rope ladder. There happens to be an edge of the bridge on that side and an edge of the bridge on this side that would allow for it to hold this rope ladder. And so we can toss this rope ladder to the other side of the bridge and it catches on the edge of that side of the bridge. And then we can take the other side of the rope ladder and attach it to this side. And now we have this rope ladder that connects the two sides of the bridge that we can now traverse across to get from this side to that side. I'm thinking of YouTube as that rope ladder. You know, I began content creating in 2014. I started blogging in 2014, and I did that fairly consistently, and I did different challenges to help stretch me. I ended up publishing my first book, Path of the Freelancer, in 2017. I published my second book in 2019 called The Jump for small business owners. And in 2020, a year ahead of schedule because of the pandemic, I decided to launch my podcast. I had done blogging, I had done book writing, I had done podcasting, and this is on top of my freelancing business. Before I launched into my freelancing career, I owned a marketing company for 7 years. And that's really a lot of what The Jump is about. It's the lessons I learned and how I think about business and how I approach business and leadership. And it really equipped me to be successful as a freelancer fairly quickly and to be successful financially and to be able to sustain that in a sustainable way. And as I got more and more margin from my success, I was able to begin doing more on the content creation side. So I was enabled to do more writing on the blog, to do these books, to do the podcasting. And this year, this is 2025, I decided to get serious about YouTube because I discovered the opportunity. I was unaware of it, and then I realized what it was. And that rope ladder that bridges the gap between the two sides of the bridge, I'm thinking of as YouTube and as a vehicle to help me monetize the content creation that I've done, and also as a marketing vehicle for the types of things that I've created that are products, digital products or physical if you want to order the book. I've got these, I've got some courses, I've got these different ideas, and YouTube is a way to monetize that through its monetization program. It's a vehicle to help me move towards my goal, to move towards what I'm trying to achieve in this content creation side of my business. Each video I create is a step forward in my adventure, is a step forward in my journey toward growing my YouTube channel. I've reached 250 subscribers, and thank you for everyone that has followed me along in this journey. But my goal is I've got to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's one of the metrics that's required to get monetized. But I'm now a quarter of the way there, 25%. So I've got 75% more to go. The first 68 subscribers took me 7 years, and in just 5 months, I've been able to get to 250, which is over 3, almost 4 times as many subscribers. So I'm making progress, I'm moving along, and YouTube has just changed how I'm seeing the way forward. I thought it was a much harder road ahead, and not to say that YouTube isn't hard, but when I was doing the podcasting, the blogging, and the book writing, you know, it was an uphill battle. And I realized someone was offering to help me up that hill. And it's really YouTube. YouTube is extending that hand. It's helping to promote my videos for free. All I have to do is create great videos, share great insights, provide value, and YouTube will share it with an audience. And that audience will reward me, reward you, if we provide that value and it helps them solve the problems that they're facing. And so YouTube has changed my life in a lot of different ways. First, it's opened my eyes just to the opportunity of YouTube and what kind of a vehicle it is and how it can fit so many different needs and solve so many different problems that we might have in our content creation business and that I was just unaware of. I had blind spots. And so that was the first big. And the thing now is that I see it as a way to allow me, enable me, equip me to step into that adventure, to do something new, to try something creative. My channel is new, so I get to experiment with a lot of different things. I haven't narrowed in on what exactly is the most successful thing or what's complete failure. I can just try a lot of things, and some things will work and some things won't. And zoom in on what I love doing the most and what's working the best, and shed the things that aren't as successful. It's a culling of sorts. It's weeding out the bad and it's bringing in and amplifying the good. And so I've produced videos like this where I'm talking to the camera just for YouTube, just for you, and I've done over 40 of them this year. I only did one all of last year, and that was the first one I did since I had started YouTube in 2017. I did a lot of podcast episodes, but the type of content I was creating was for other purposes, and I just happened to be publishing it to YouTube. And it wasn't until 2025 that I started producing videos for YouTube. And that's changed me. It's helped me grow. It's helped me practice doing this type. It's helped me share things I wouldn't have been able to share or wouldn't have thought to share. It's given me ideas to do new things that I just hadn't considered. My wife has this dream to create this project that I won't give away. We just launched an episode, the first episode. It's called Juniper and Jones. You can check it out with the link in the description below, or you can click above. That's her dream. And so she's pursuing that. And as we made some big decisions, we purchased something really big as part of that project. And she's going to be doing some really exciting things for that. Because I was doing YouTube, I thought, why don't I share that story? I have the opportunity to do that. And so my dream and my passion and my goal can intersect with my wife's, and this is something that we can do together. And so that's just one of the many examples that YouTube is opening my eyes up to see things and to explore things, many of which were things that I explored and did when I was younger, and that I did in my business when I had my company, Noodlehead Market. And so it's cool to go back to some of those things that faded away or that I lost or that I moved on from. And now I get to revisit them and re-explore them in a new context with new eyes and new set of circumstances in life and business. And so YouTube has just been a really cool opportunity for me to go on that adventure. And that's my encouragement for you, is to think about, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for something? Is there something holding you back? Is it fear? Are you paralyzed by taking that step? Well, just take a little step. Maybe it is YouTube. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's blogging. Like I said, I started blogging in 2014. And by the way, I started personally writing, journaling in my Evernote for years before that. For 4 years, I wrote privately before I ever started publishing these publicly. And so that was a step in the blogging, in the book writing, in the podcasting, and now YouTube. And so if you think of it that way, like just getting started on YouTube took me 15 years. But that means you can take that step. You can start journaling privately. You can start something at a small level, and you never know where that might go, but you can follow the trail. You can follow that activity, see what you think, make pivots and adjustments as you go down that road. And eventually you might end up somewhere really exciting. And if you get lost, then just backtrack, ask for help, find community and accountability. And there are other people out there that want to join you in that journey. And I'm one of those people. So you're welcome to join me as I go on this adventure, but I also want you to go on the adventure with me. I don't want you to just watch me or follow me. I want to do this together. So that's my encouragement to you. If you want to do that, if you want to join me on this adventure, share in the comments below what you're going to do. What's that next little step that you're going to take that can move you forward on your journey? And if you're scared, feel free to share what that is. What are you scared of? Maybe we can give you some courage, some encouragement to take that step in face of your fear. I know for me, facing my fears, the deepest ones, the ones that were this core, that was terrifying. But I can't imagine, looking back, never having faced those fears and moved through them and beyond them into something greater, because the rewards have been absolutely incredible. And yes, it's been scary and there's been ups and downs along the way, but it's been absolutely an amazing journey and something I don't regret ever taking those steps. And I hope you do the same. I'm Jason Scott Montoya, and I'll see you on the other side.